All right, everybody, so let's first find out where we see the new sign-up forms. Pretty obvious, but right up here at the top in the navigation, sign-up forms, we're going to click on that. And we're going to be brought to a new sign-up form experience. If you've not been in Constant Contact for a little while, or perhaps you haven't been to sign-up forms in a while, you may not have noticed that we've drastically changed the layout of this page. Now I'm going to get into some of the features that you know and love. Those have not gone away, things like text to join. They're just in a slightly different spot. But let me first by just kind of walking you through the major differences besides the aesthetic look here of the page. So when we click on sign up forms, we're given 3 options now, and each option gives you a different experience. Landing page is going to be if you want to drive people to sign up on social media, etc., etc., and that's going to bring us back to the good old-fashioned landing pages where we can create a customized sign-up form that we would then share the form URL on things like blogs and Twitter and LinkedIn. Of course, we do have the Facebook sign-up form, so you may not necessarily share the sign-up form there, but I want to head back. That's the landing page. It's just basically just creating the destination type sign-up page experience. First, I want to talk about inline sign-up forms. So first and foremost, the editing experience in the new forms is in the spirit of the new editor. Everything is WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. And in fact, I'm just going to do some minor changes just so you can see how that changes real time as I'm editing, and I can change the color of these pieces. Similarly, I can change content here, and it changes immediately in my example window. Contact fields, I can decide what information I'm going to collect for the client, and I can even require it, forcing people to give me the response. Most importantly, I choose the email list or email list that I want to give people the option of joining. Now, if I choose one item, you'll see that nothing else happens here on the sign-up form. But if I happen to choose 2 items, now we're giving them the option to sign up. And of course, that is really powerful because people would be segmented into the list that is most proper for them by their own designation. Of course, if you tie somebody into Email Plus and autoresponders, they can automatically receive a customized series of emails, automatically receive a customized series of emails, or maybe a one-off pertaining to that particular information. Regardless, they're going to be segmented into these lists. I can change the style and formatting of the button and the text for the button, see down there, and the background to match my overall look and feel. Of course, you can use hex coding if you want to pull the exact color scheme using a color cop or similar tool to grab the particular hex code from your client's websites. Next thing I'm going to do is change settings. I can remove the Constant Contact branding at the bottom. Let me turn that back on. So there's Constant Contact branding. Now it's removed. Now, key thing here, the ability to remove the Constant Contact branding is only available in customers or clients that use Email Plus. This is an Email Plus feature to the ability to turn that branding off. Of course, you as solution providers have the ability to turn this off as you are in Email Plus. Next thing I'm going to do is save my work and publish it. I could have renamed that. Now, to get this onto my client's website, I need to take 2 steps, and they're going to be important, and they're also a big reason why I'm really excited about the new sign-up forms. First step is to apply universal code into your client's website or into your website. Now, you want to paste this code before the body tag on the site to activate the forms. Now, what this does, and it's going to be really important, so listen up. What this does is it allows me to put this code into my client's website, and then moving forward, anytime I edit this form you just saw me create, let's say I decide I want to add another contact field or a new list, I want to change the color, the universal code is going to reflect those changes as soon as I save and publish the form. So no longer do I have to go grab multiple versions of HTML every time I want to make an edit, find the proper spot on the website to apply it. It's now universal. This is a really big win, and I highly encourage that you perhaps lead with list growth tools in any kind of pitch you're doing, because not only is obviously having the email address the key part of being successful at email marketing, but the ease of use with these tools and the flexibility and functionality of these are really fantastic. Next thing I'm going to do to get the inline form. Now let me just briefly describe the inline form. As you can see in this example, the inline form would live within the web page. So it's going to live within the web page. Next step is to grab the inline code. Because this is going to live on a specific page, I do need to apply this information to a specific page. Make sure I'm going to apply that information in. Now, if you're needing more specific help about universal code or any of the coding pieces of these two tools, if you go in and just type in sign up tools into our help window, you'll find a fantastic resource that'll walk you through every kind of popular web publishing product. So it'll walk you through the specific steps, although it's not very complicated. Next kind of sign up form I want to show you is, to me, the big deal. It's a pop-up. And it's a pop-up form, and the idea here is that this would show up on your client's website, popping up as somebody is browsing the client website or your website, soliciting people for email addresses. Same kind of experience here. I'm going to only change one of these since I've already described this process, but a WYSIWYG editor that allows you to see the changes you're making in real time, and I can change all those same pieces. I do have to choose a list for this to function, but here's where things really get pretty interesting. So first of all, again, I can turn off or on the Constant Contact branding if I'm using Email Plus. Now, if I'm not using Email Plus, and this is going to be important, if I'm not using Email Plus, that's kind of the end of the functionality. The pop-up will show up 5 seconds after somebody visits the site, and then they'll either enter their information or close the window. That window will not open back up for 24 hours. So as soon as they dismiss the window without actually taking action, it'll be 24 hours before that window shows back up, that pop-up window. But the big deal to me is here under timing. So under timing, instead of the window popping up in the 5-second time frame, as an Email Plus subscriber, somebody can alter the time frame that pop-up will show up, or it's going to be important, or on exit intent. So should somebody start to head to the corner of the web page to close the window, go back a page, go up to the top and type in a new URL, the pop-up can show up. And this is a really big deal because now we're getting one last chance to try to grab that email address. Pop-ups have proven to drastically improve and increase the subscription rate for small businesses and nonprofits. I cannot undersell this concept to you. This is a really big deal. Fantastic for email customers, but really, really fantastic for Email Plus. Email Plus is really becoming a very robust and powerful tool for a couple of reasons. Because one, it's going to offer more tools that are going to help, quite frankly, your small business and nonprofit clients be more successful. It's going to allow the opportunity for you to do more complex, service-oriented marketing initiatives for those clients. And, of course, it comes at a higher price point, which equals more revenue share for you and your business from Constant Contact. So once I publish this page, everything else is basically the same. If I've already applied the universal code, my job's done. If I haven't, I'll need to apply the universal code. I do not need to put in unique inline code because this is going to float on top of the web page. Now, an important thing to do is you'll want to set up both. You'll want to set up both because somebody who dismisses that pop-up may later decide to sign up. Somebody who dismisses that pop-up may go into another web page, and you may want to solicit for email addresses on a subsequent web page. So make sure you set up both. Last thing I want to talk about here is Facebook sign up is still here. It's right down here at the bottom. And if I go down to landing pages and more, it's one more way for me to get to the familiar landing page generator, all the tools that we've taught and talked about before, including the very popular text to sign up. So it's not gone away. It's right here. Give it a try. Make sure, if you're not familiar with text to sign up, make sure you watch some of our older marketing minutes where we cover the amazing power of text to sign up. But I can't encourage you enough. Try sign up forms today. It's going to wow leads. It's going to help clients. It's going to help your business grow. If you've got an old sign up form on your website, it might be time for you to dust it off, put a new one on, especially a pop-up.